the start. We are here to do a job. We are here to provide for the customer and make sure they are not fucked around again, right? And what we're gonna just let people in, and they were polite, but you guys don't know. Like
I don't, Liam. I don't.
Be glad you don't.
That's why you're here.
Let's exactly. It's ridiculous. I don't have time for games, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly do not. I have too much going on. I've taken a day here because it's election day, and we're gonna have a fun little.
It's not
stream.
your election day. It's our election day.
Yeah. Well, it is. Your election day is the one that
No,
matters.
your day is Felix Haas Appreciation Day. Our day.
True.
Yes,
Right,
please appreciate
holiday.
Felix, people. Give him some appreciation and shit.
Or DTFO.
Yes.
Liam, I gotta get the heck out of here because I gotta go
You
to work.
do. See you later. If this is true, bring me Ethan Van Sciver. If this is what he said and it was not a joke, bring him to me.
What are you talking about?
Now.
Who?
EBS and Malin streamed with him for hours. It's clear to me that Nasser will return with open arms.
Oh, you want to get Nasser in here or EVS?
No, Ethan. Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now. I'll be live all day.
What are you talking about? Who are you? Orange Emperor?
That's right.
Emperor.
I'm the Orange Tyrant. Bring them to me. I'm online. I'll be online all day. They can tell it to my face. They can say it to my face. They can tell me I'm wrong to my face.
Well,
If this is what's going on, share the stream out. I'm waiting. I'll wait because I will not abide this. Got people saying
if EVS shows up, I'll leave. You know what?
Yeah.
If y'all can get EVS in here, I'll leave.
Everyone does because we'll deal with this. I will not tolerate this.
And I know y'all want me to leave.
You're not in a position to say who is not confiscated? Sure I am. Sure I am.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to Afterlife with Nasser. I think we're up to episode 21 now. I should have checked before I started this, but I think we're up to episode 21 now, guys. Welcome everybody. Of course, we got to pre-record this because this moron here, Liam Gray, struck my channel, so I can't live stream. But we're in premiere mode right now, so of course I can premiere it, have a live chat. So welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm going to say hi from the past to all of you in the future watching this in the premiere chat. If I had to guess, we've probably got Billy in the chat, Superfly Ghost. We probably have P Money in the chat. We probably have Jason, Jiminy Cricket in the chat. Maybe Vic. Vic might be in the chat. I'll be in the chat, of course. So welcome everybody. And before we get into today's topic of dummy Micah Curtis, I do gotta promote my book here, Asyle. If you guys haven't backed it yet, we've got 21 days left, 73 backers. And the thing about my channel being struck and not being able to do streams is that it really hurts the growth of this book. We were doing so well. We raised most of this money in the first couple days that when we had launched, and we were able to stream, and we were streaming like 24/7. And we got most of this money out of that. And then because they struck us, well, we've only made like $300 since then because the streams were doing so well, and that was how we were getting the book promoted. So allow me to just take a couple minutes here to show our book, Asyle, about this lady Lena here, and she's hunted by Dracula in an insane asylum. And this book is inspired by a couple things, a lost film called Dracula's Death, and also the silent film, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Both of those things really inspired me to write this book, and the art style is German Expressionism, the same art style as a lot of movies from the early 1920s and from the 1910s, and Vic King is doing a fantastic job translating that script. Recently, we also got in this piece of art right here from Jim O'Reilly, the trading card. This will come with every order. So order now and get our book and get Jim's awesome card. It also comes with a patch and sticker, so you guys get a ton of stuff here for just $10. You could also get on our thank you page. You could get multiple copies. You could get original art. So take a look through our tiers. The link's in the description. It's also in the premiere chat. As this premieres, I'll be in the chat showing the link. But let me take you guys here to Kiwi Farms. So, I woke up this morning and I went down to my basement to write, and I was writing, and then somebody messaged me and they were like, hey, Micah Curtis did a stream about you. I was like, oh, really? And they were like, yeah, he was telling people not to buy your book and blah, blah, blah. And I already had seen some Spurgfest going on from Micah Curtis on Twitter. I put a couple of his tweets here on the farms, even though there's more than just these two. But I just picked out a couple of them, and we're going to take a look at these tweets here. But I said, bottom feeder Micah, can this guy cope harder? Let's see his first tweet. So we've got this tweet. Oops. Let's see. We've got this tweet here from Micah, and it says, "I agree. Nasser Rabadi is a piece of shit." Sorry, guys. I got to censor the swearing here. I agree. Nasser Rabadi is a piece of shit who isn't paying his artist. He should get no support, and any stream that has him on that's ignorant of that fact is complicit in what he's doing. Good on you for standing up for what's right. This dude needs his pacifier. Am I right, guys? This dude needs a pacifier. He needs a pacifier, dude. Dude, cope harder. Cope harder. First of all, what does this SJW speak? Any stream that has him on that's ignorant of that fact is complicit in what he's doing. He's such a, oh my goodness, he's such a weirdo. This dude's SJW. Look, he puts in his name, actually pays his artists. Then he has this other tweet that says, he calls himself a DAMN good writer and a good guy to work for. That's me in a nutshell. Who brags on themselves like this? If you gotta constantly, and this is not the first time, mind you, this is not the first time Mike has tweeted something out like, I'm a good writer, I'm a good guy to work for. That's me in a nutshell. Like, I've seen this type before. I've seen it. I see it all the time. This weirdo type that, like, they are so awful a writer that they got to go around constantly giving themselves reassurance. Like, if you got to constantly tweet out, I'm a good writer, I pay people, I'm a good writer. Like, no, you're not. If you were, you wouldn't have to brag about yourself all the time. This dude's not a good writer. He's not a good guy to work for. At least that's the vibe it's giving off to me. I could be wrong, but when you gotta brag on yourself like this, like, he's gotta change his Twitter name, and he's gotta cry, like, anyone that has Nasser on is complicit in what he's doing. Complicit in what he's doing. This is SJW speak, guys. This dude, he's gonna use all the right words, like, oh boy. We were talking earlier in the Kiwi Farms thread where, right here, somebody else's Lidl moron says, Nasser has been known and shown to perform some nasty behavior. And I said that, Nasser has been known to show and to perform some nasty behaviors, SJW speak, for I'm not going to show proof and just accuse him and slander him. And John De La Rose comes in with the funniest post and says, just one step away from known harasser, INB4 racist, sexist, homophobe. And then I said, right, then alt-right Nazi. That's exactly it. Like, that's what Micah Curtis here is one step away from. Like John De La Rose said, like, this is just one step away from known harasser, INB4 racist, sexist, homophobe. Pretty soon, Micah's going to call me an alt-right Nazi. And so I said on here on the farms, anyone who keeps bragging on themselves like this is not a good writer or a good guy to work for. That's just what I've seen. That's just what I've seen from people before that talk like this. If they got to brag on themselves, it means nobody's actually coming to work for them, and they're desperately looking for someone to work with them. But okay, so then I said I haven't watched it, but apparently he did a stream about me, and I linked it here. If you click on it, it'll take you to this stream here. Oh my goodness, this dude looks like he smells. He looks like he smells, but yeah. So anyways, so someone sent me this, and they said like that Micah Curtis is talking about you on the stream. He's slandering you, telling people not to buy your book, which is bullcrap. So if you guys want to buy my book, Style, links in the premiere chat right now. It's also down in the description of this. But I think, this is what I said here on the farms. Here's what I think. I said, guess he's jealous that his best book still hasn't beat Trixie Kane Blood Reaper, while his book has been available longer than Trixie ever was. More backers and more money. I think this is what he's jealous about. Let's click on it. So he's got this book. This is his new book, 3 Nights, 4 Days, Part 1. I think this is his second book, which I should add, his first book did not even beat my first book. My first book beat his, and my second book beat his second book. So I think he's pretty jealous. But he has, let's see, $22,020 from 382 backers. And Trixie had $23,422. So it's beat him by over $3,000. And we have double the backers. He has 382. I have 739. Not exactly double, off by a few, but pretty close. So Trixie was up for a shorter amount of time, a way shorter amount of time than this dude. This dude's had it up for probably, let's see, he probably went 60 days. So he probably had it up since like June. So he probably had it June to July and then July to August. And right now it's December 1st. So this dude's had it up approximately 6 months. So half a year he's had this campaign going. And, mine was only up for 2 months, maybe. We launched it in March 2019. It ended in April, and I think we had it in demand for another month, and then we went to print a few months after that. So we only had it up for about 2 months, I think, is how long we had Trixie up. But this dude's had his up for about 6, and he can't come anywhere near me in the amount of backers or the amount of money. Well, I mean, he's close on the money, but there's no way he's going to catch up to the amount of backers. I had him beat both times with both books, and I think he's pretty jealous of me. He's a bottom feeder. He's a pretty strange dude. He's a weirdo, and let's see what we've got here, because I have not watched this yet. I just skipped the intro, because he's got a lot of stuff that plays here at the intro, so I just skipped to here. So someone just told me he was talking about me, and so I opened it up. And I was waiting for this so you guys could get a live reaction with me. So, without further ado, you guys, let's see how long it took to actually get to the video. Okay, we're like 12 minutes into this thing. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night Micah. I guess you could call it the official show of Sleeveless Comics. My name is Micah Curtis, your favorite vanilla
Sleeveless
gorilla.
Comics, so creative.
And we got a doozy to talk about today.
Do we?
Who do we have in the chat, though? I see Modanui's here, Angry Green Boss, Hardboiled Entertainment, not the last one. Gabe the Gen is here.
There are actually people. Are there actually people that watch this guy like besides to make fun of him? Are there actually people that are actually fans of this dude?
Dark Bobcat, is Streamlabs on? It should be. Let me check.
Well, either way, if there are people that are fans of him, I mean, I guess we could actually quantify it as double the people are more interested in me than him. Let's see.
Check something real quick. But,
this guy is so boring. I should have skipped into this thing to where he actually starts talking. I don't know what he's doing right now.
When it comes right down to it, Bobcat threw in a buck and said, that Peregrine shot poster has the ability to be an ass shot and a boob shot at the same time without being an unrealistic pose. That takes skill. That's Brian for you. He's just that damn good. So, Changus is here as well. Angry Green Boss, Matthew Fowler. What I'm doing real quick, I do apologize for the wait, is in case people want to throw money at me, I need to be able to update that. Okay, should work now.
Bro, just get on with it. What are with these people having the most boring streams about me? Like, we saw the Liam
There we
Gray.
go.
Well, let me pause real quick. We saw the Liam Gray stream that we looked at last time, that I EFAP'd it, and it was like him and this dude called Christ Energetics, a dude that puts Christ in his name and then lies about fellow Christians. But we saw those dudes, they had like the most boring stream where they were just meandering. Now this dude's just like meandering. Just get on with the point, people.
So,
be prepared when you
witnessed.
start your streams.
And for those wondering why I have sleeves under sleeves, it's because these are actually rolled up. These are it's a thermal, basically. It's a workout shirt that I wear whenever
Nobody
I'm working
cares.
out, which, I mean, it's super tight around my arms, so it like shows us what little definition I have. But It's not sleeveless, and I didn't realize I didn't have anything that I wasn't sleeveless today, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll roll them up. But anyway, so if they roll back down, don't hold it against me. So let's go ahead and talk about some stuff that's going on.
What's going on? Tell us.
Today we're going to be talking about what not to do.
What not to do. Is this really the dude to tell us about what to do or not? Because, I mean, as we can see, I mean, you do what I do, you get twice the backers this guy could bring in. So do what I do, guys. You get double the backers, you get more money.
One thing I have noticed, I've been getting a lot of questions from people about starting a campaign and starting on this little journey of crowdfunding comic books. And on top of that, I'm gonna talk about something that I noticed today that disturbed the fuck out of me.
Right, disturbed, right. This is more SJW speak. He's using all the right words, guys. He's using all the words. I'm just waiting for what John De La Rose said here. We're one step away from known harasser. Pretty soon, like by his next stream, Micah's gonna call me a known harasser. He's gonna call me a racist, sexist, homophobe. Like that's exactly what's coming next, and it's gonna be alt-right Nazi after that.
So I saw today a campaign that I found out the writer on the campaign is not paying his artist. It is a joint venture.
You see, like he acts like all fake concerned. First of all, it's none of his business. Plain and simple. It's not anyone's business what agreement we have. Second of all, this happens so often in comics, I don't understand why he's surprised. Like, it happens more often than not that people go in on these things. They go into these things 50-50.
Which basically means I'm screwing this person up over without them realizing it.
How? Neither of us are getting paid.
I'm sorry, but no, if you're under the age of 25, don't talk to me about a joint venture. You don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, first of all, Vic's the one that used the term joint venture, and he's like 40. I'm the one that's under 25. I'm 23. But, I mean, Micah, I mean, it's quantifiable. I've raised more money than you and gotten way more backers than you.
But basically, he's not paying his artist.
And the artist isn't paying me. So what? So what? We both just wanted to put out a book. If you're watching this and you're a little confused about what's going on, basically, me and Vic on our Comic Asylum, you guys can back it right now. Links in the premiere chat and in the description. Basically, we wanted to make a comic book. We wanted to make a book for about 2 years now. And Vic, a few months ago, was like, hey, can we do something together and just put it out? Like, you know, I'm not going to charge you, and we'll just, you know, just put out a book because I just want to have a book out already. He just wanted to make a book. I just wanted to make a book. So we thought, you know, sure, we'll put out a book. And it's in our contract. I'm using contracts now, me and Vic, that we're going to put out the book. And if it makes a certain amount, he'll be the first one to get paid. And he'll get paid before I do. I'm the last person that'll get paid out of any of this. Like him and the letterer and the guy helping us clean up the pages because we needed a little help with our scans. Everybody's getting paid before I do. I'm the very last person that gets paid. So nobody's getting screwed. It's not a scam. It's not anything like that. Me and Vic both wanted to partner up on this and just put it out.
The campaign is severely underfunded and will likely remain so because this person has no drawing power. He has no ability to get his work out there because nobody likes him. He has fucked the dog when it comes to his public reputation. In case you're wondering, I'm talking about Nasser.
Well, no, I haven't ruined my reputation. It's scumbags like you that lie about me, that tell people on Twitter not to support me. I mean, it's right here. I mean, this is SJW. This is everything that CG's against. They're against deplatforming. They're against this sort of dumbness where he says, no, you can't platform him. You can't have him on a stream because then you're complicit in what he's doing. Like, what is this dumb, like, 6 degrees of guilt by association? I don't understand this.
Nasser Rabadi. Now,
Let's change it to live chat.
I will flat out say this. I would encourage 0 people from this chat to ever buy anything from Nasser Rabadi. He's a terrible writer and terrible human being.
Well, that's extremely SJW.
But here's what this tells me about how that campaign was set up. That means that this scumbag young man, more than likely, went to this article.
Okay, so he's just going to make up assumptions now. He's just going to make up lies instead of messaging me when there are like 50 different ways to get a hold of me, literally. He could have messaged me on Twitter, could have emailed me, could have commented on my channel. You know, he could have, there's so many different ways. He could have just messaged me. He could have just said, hey, I want to know more about this, even though it's not his business. He could have just said, you know, tell me more about this. You know, he didn't just have to go and make all these assumptions, but this is what SJWs do. They try and ruin your reputation. So he's telling people on here, he says, you know, I encourage all of you to not back his book. What are you scared of, Micah? Why are you going on stream telling people not to buy someone else's book? Why are you slandering them, making assumptions? Why are you trying to damage my business? You were totally encouraging Liam Gray with the false flagging and the strikes and deplatforming my channel. Well, I could strike you right now for defamation. I'm not going to, because I think that's an awful thing to do. I don't want anyone's channel ruined, but I mean, I could, and I wouldn't be in the wrong here.
Artist named Vic, and said to him, let's do a joint venture comic, and we'll set the goal really low so it gets funded.
That's not at all what happens. What happened, I also want to point out, this dude Matt Fowler in here, who talks out of both sides of his mouth, is laughing at my book, saying, Asile is doing worse than my books. Why is that something to laugh at, bruh? Matt Fowler's a bit of a weirdo. I've actually met him in person. I met him at C2E2, I want to say it was 2019, C2E2 2019, and he gave me a piece of like narwhal art, and he gave me I don't know, he gave me a couple of comics, and like he was nice to me, like he was like all eager to meet me, and then like he's just in here like just slandering me, and like I had seen him before, like even back then in 2019, like slandering me on channels, and when I blocked him, he like got all like he was just another SJW. He was like, why are you blocking me? I thought we were cool. And it's because, Matt, it's because you're in here in people's chats laughing at my book. You know, that's why I blocked you. I unblocked you, but that's why I blocked you in the first place.
And we should be golden from there. Here's the problem. You have to ship a 24-page book, 24-page comic. Shipping on those books is going to be $8 to $10 per.
No, it's not.
And the normal floppy is $6.99. I think. No, $4.99, $5.99.
Okay,
about the
so
same.
let's say it's $8 shipping, and let's say it's $6, $5.99, like you said, whatever he said for the book. That put us right around $14, which is exactly what you'll pay for this book after shipping. It's $10, $4 shipping, or the digital copy is just $10 by itself.
Point. So if he is he's charging $25 or something like that, plus shipping. So obviously the campaign is overpriced.
Wait, did he just say I'm charging $25 plus shipping? This dude didn't even bother to look at the campaign. We don't. What is he talking about? We don't even have a $25 tier, first of all. So I don't know. There's no way he could have mixed up like the basic book tier and seen this 10. Does he understand numbers? This is the number 10. There's no way he could have mixed it up. You guys could get our book for $10.
Beyond that, how do I put this? What this tells me, because the goal was set so low, is that he didn't do business with any sort of ethics in regards to making sure his team was paid.
What's that supposed to mean? Because there are plenty of people that set their goals low. I see plenty of CGers set their goal to $500. So why is this the first time he's doing a video like this about somebody with a low campaign goal? Why? Why should it matter to him what my campaign goal is? He doesn't know any of the behind the scenes of our book. He could have messaged me. Again, he could have messaged me at any time. It's very easy to get a hold of me, guys. My DMs on Twitter are open to everybody. You don't even got to follow me. My email's in my Twitter bio. You can message me on Instagram. You could comment on my YouTube. Like I'll see it. Like he could have asked me any questions he wanted.
So I have been pretty open about this, but I will be open again just in case anybody missed it. When I did,
so now we've got like the dummies that don't fact check it. Like Darth Bobcat says, "Wait, that's more than $1 a page." Well, no, it's not, because it's a 20-page book, and it's $10. You could get the digital copy for $10 flat, no shipping or anything. It's not the book does not cost $25. It's not $1 a page. So Micah's lying. He's misinforming people. People are slandering me in the chat here. We got Dark Dogs Studios with a Z at the end of Dogs and Studios. Wow, isn't that creative? Says, isn't a joint venture meant to be when two creators both pay to kick off the project and both get the rewards? Obviously, Nasser will never uphold his end of that. Well, why not? Why wouldn't I? Stop slandering me. Let's see. Nick White says, avoid Nasser Rabadi. Can't even spell my name right. Got it. Why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this, Micah? Why are you trying to hurt mine and Vic's business?
I expected not to make a dime. When I budgeted out the campaign, it was very simple. I knew a sales goal I had to meet, which I met. And even undercharging on shipping, we managed to get it done. I didn't make any personal profits, but my artist got paid. My colorist got paid. My letterer got paid.
Let's see. I want to address this in the chat first. Matt Fowler says shipping for floppy is $280 plus bag and board and Gemini mailer, $4 max. Funny he says that. That's what we're charging. That's what we're charging. So what are people complaining about? Why is this dude saying shipping should be $4 max? That's exactly what we charged people, was $4 max. And again, this dude's just making assumptions out of this campaign without knowing the behind the scenes of it. He says, well, I budgeted and I made sure everybody got paid. Well, I mean, you don't know, except for the fact that me and Vic have come out and said, that it's just well, Vic uses the term joint venture. I say it's a collaboration, but besides the fact that we very recently just came out and said, it's 50-50, we've even said before, it's set up in our contract that if it reaches a certain amount, Vic's the first one to get paid. if it reaches a certain amount, Vic's getting paid. There's nothing that's going to make me see a dime before Vic sees a dime. Like, there's nothing unethical about it, and this dude just wants to make up reasons to complain, because if he wants to complain about my campaign, there were about 2 million campaigns before me he could have complained about, but he decides to complain about this. Why is he complaining about me? I've put out my books. Where's his book? His book is still in demand after 6 months. I took this screenshot earlier today. This book's been up for at least 6 months now. So where's his book? I think it even says it's supposed to come out in October. Well, now it's December. So where's his book?
Hatman and I are the business owners. So, now Matthew Fowler says in the chat, shipping for a floppy is a $280 mail bag and board plus Gemini mailer, $4 max. Really? Interesting. I didn't know you could get it that cheap. Because shipping for me has always cost a lot more than that. Because if you try to send it media mail, they'll intercept it.
No, they won't.
Because I've noticed they're doing a lot more of that recently. There were a few people that I've heard have had to pay their post office to get the book, which obviously sucks. But But regardless, whenever you're putting forward a project like this, if you
and I just want to say, guys, why is he acting? And that's also a funny frame I paused on. Why is he acting like I'm holding a gun to Vic's head? Like, Vic's a grown man here. He's in his 40s. I mean, it's his own decision to go in 50-50 on a book with somebody. No one's holding a gun to his head, okay? Nobody's forcing Vic to do anything. Nobody's got a gun to Vic's head. Me and Vic just wanted to put out a book. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Vic has a job. He's got a job, and I've got a job. What's wrong with making a book for fun? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with making a book for fun? What's wrong with having a low goal? What's wrong with a $500 goal? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with putting out a book for fun?
You're the project lead, you need to be thinking about your own wallet last.
Yes, that's exactly what I said this whole time. So, I mean, this dude could have messaged me whenever, and he could have asked these questions to me, but he decided not to. He wants to slander me.
And if you are so desperate for money,
look, and well, I don't know what he's talking about, desperate for money, because first of all, this book isn't making me rich, but also, he wants to talk about ethics, okay? And so does his chat. Let's see, we got an angry green boss saying, basic rule in business is don't screw with your people. Well, where's his video about Donald then? I don't want to rehash the Donald stuff. I don't want to turn this stream into a Donald stream, but where's his video about this? I mean, I've showed you guys tweets. I've posted it on the farms before of this guy encouraging Donald DeLay to steal from me. You guys could look back on the farms and find it, or you could just search Twitter for it. But this dude has encouraged Donald to steal from me before, and his chat says, basic rule in business is don't screw with your people. I've never seen this person in the chat, an angry green boss, ever say anything about Donald. Never seen Micah say anything about it. But me and Vic have a book that we want to put out, just want to have fun doing, and we raised $2,200. And this is somehow like me being desperate for money. This is somehow me screwing over Vic. Like, where is he pulling any of this out from? Like, understand, guys, we're not getting rich off this. A lot of people have said, oh, Nasser's grifting now. If I were grifting, I would ask $100 for a floppy plus shipping. Okay, I'd ask for like $120 after shipping for one floppy comic. And then I would make like $500,000 on it. And then I would just never put out the book. That's a grift, okay? We're asking $10. We've only raised a couple thousand. We're going to put it out and make no money. Where is the grift? I'm not getting rich off this. I'm not getting rich off this. I don't know where this whole like desperate for money thing comes from.
That you're trying to make comic book campaigns, you're in the wrong business. Because here's the thing you need to keep in mind.
Has this dude ever actually put out a comic?
Who, in the year 2020, have made big money on their campaigns within the course of this year is,
I'm not trying to get rich off comics. I hope people understand this. I'm not trying to get rich. I'm just doing what I like to do.
Sorry, I don't allow blue dogs in here. The general point is that if you're the project lead, you need to be thinking of yourself last.
And that's what I've said.
If you're trying to get into this, you're in the wrong spot. And we need to be honest about something. Kissing Ethan Van Sciver's ass does not mean that you're going to get profits.
When did I say that?
Generally speaking, you have to build your name. And you have to think...
This guy wants to talk to me about building a name. I did that a long time ago. Did that over 2 years ago. Things went south eventually. Things went south. Now I'm trying to get back on the right track. But I had a name before this guy. And I had a bigger name than you, bro. My books have made more than yours. Look at the campaigns. Mine have always made more than yours, dude. Mine have always made more. You look back at Trixie. You look back at Stardust. You can look back at Brutus if you want to, if we really want to go there. And we could look at your books. Mine have made way more than yours and have gotten way more backers. People have always been more interested in my work than yours.
Think of your name as a brand and what the value of that brand is and what that brand entails. So that when people get to working with you, you know what's going to happen. Now, response to Nasser Rabadi is rather obvious. Everybody knows he's a scumbag. And that's basically it. Nobody would want to work with him.
Okay, so that's basically it. So there's just not going to be any proof then. When you're not going to talk about it. You're not going to show any evidence. You're just going to smear me and tell people not to back me.
That I know. And I know quite a few good artists. Meanwhile, I've had to turn people down.
Imagine?
Do you want to know why that is? Because anybody who works for me knows they're getting paid. Anybody who works with me knows that I'm going to actually communicate with them on a regular basis. Anybody who works with me knows that I am not going to try to screw them, that I'm thinking about myself last, because I am the business owner. That is the goal. Everybody else gets paid before me.
That's what I said.
Now, I have the potential as the owner to make a lot of money.
So what is his point here?
But I might not. A lot of people who own businesses tend to not make
If any of you understand his point, anybody in the Premiere chat, if you understand his point, let me know in the Premiere chat now, because I don't know what he's trying to complain about me for. Like, he's got no basis for any of these complaints. I don't know what he's angry about.
Much in the first year or two. And going into this, I had accepted that. So if you're coming into this and you're not thinking of your artist first, and you're not thinking about the people who are working under you first.
But I am. It's in the contract.
You're trying to start all this joint venture shit. What you're basically saying is that you're trying to remove yourself from as much responsibility as possible.
But how?
And that's what we're seeing.
Wait, what
we're
are we
seeing? A guy who's not paying his artist. What I'm going to say is this. When it comes to Nasser...
Oh, this is going to be great.
He is scummy as fuck.
How?
So I would actually actively encourage anybody who is an artist in here, do not work with him.
Okay, so now he's trying to blacklist me. So first he's trying to damage my business, telling you guys not to back me, saying I'm scummy, and now he's telling artists not to work with me. This is pure SJW.
Because he will, as you will see, he will try to screw you out of things. And then if
how?
he does not get his way,
how?
he will...
Show us how. Who did I try to screw? I never tried to screw anybody. You're the one screwing
go on to
me.
Kiwi Farms and throw a temper tantrum. It's not worth doing business. Not to mention, he can't draw a dime. Now, here's the thing. And Matthew Fowler, who has had a few successful comics of his own, says, I always offer co-ownership for reduced page rate. Most just take the higher page rate. Exactly. And that's I don't even go there. So I'll tell you guys how I do it.
Well, let me see what this guy says in the chat, because this dude's interesting here, more interesting than Micah. This guy, Matcha, says, if an artist and writer have come to an accommodation regarding payment or non-payment, it is not a violation of ethics. Vic has made it clear that he has zero problem with their arrangement. Right, so what is this dude getting all fake offended for? I don't know what's wrong with him. I think he's just an SJW. I think he just wants to hurt me and my business.
Well, Matt, see here. Matt just says in the chat, if an artist and writer have come to an accommodation regarding payment or non-payment, it is not a violation of ethics. Vic has made it clear that he has zero problem with their arrangement. Taking advantage of somebody's idiocy is unethical.
But what's taken advantage of? I'm not getting paid. Like, he's trying to make it seem like I'm getting rich off this while Vic's getting nothing.
Exploitation is unethical, because that's what that is.
But what's being exploited? I'm not making a penny. Or I guess I should say a cent. A penny's British.
I'm sorry, but no. This person's clearly never worked in this industry. No, you don't fucking take advantage of people.
Never worked in this industry. Bro, have you even put out a comic? I know he's run 2 campaigns, but have any of them either come out? Has either one even come out? Like, this book's been up for like 6 months now, okay? It's not like this dude's some 30-year veteran, okay? He's not Ethan Van Sciver, Art T. Bear, Mike S. Miller. He's not some like 30-year veteran. Like, this dude's like, he's never worked in the industry. It's more SJW talk, just like Liam Gray's like, I built up this industry. Nope. You've done nothing, bruh. You've done nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Like that. That's not ethics. If I convince someone to be my fucking slave, that doesn't mean that I'm ethical.
But he's not a slave. Like, this is just slander and derangement. You know, you guys know Micah Curtis used to be a fan of mine. You know, he used to be a fan of mine. I don't know. I used to have the weirdest fans. Like, this dude and Liam Gray were both fans of mine, and then somehow I turned into some evil. I don't even know what to say. Like, I just somehow I'm like some evil person now, and I don't know. I deserve to be destroyed, I guess.
Doing it. And this is the problem. And this is, oddly enough, a point that I was trying to make to Nasser on Oz's stream before Ethan bailed him out. Is that the way that you act towards other artists and stuff is noticed by everybody else.
What? I don't know what he means. I really don't know what he means. The way I act but what have I done? It's another weird SJW thing. You guys could see it in his eyes how crazy he is, but guys, I don't understand. It's just like another SJW thing. Like, people are gonna talk. People are gonna talk. You know, it's not a good look. Like, it's more SJW speak. It's exactly this here. Like John said, it's one step away from known harasser and then racist, sexist, homophobe. Like, that's what he's about to say. It's like gonna be literally the next words out his mouth.
People looked at the way that Nasser did business with Donald DeLay and they said, fuck that guy.
What did I do to Donald? What did I do to Donald? Donald's the one that stole from me. Objectively stole from me. I've gone over the evidence countless times, so much so that a lot of people are tired of hearing about it. So I don't know what he's talking about, because Donald stole all the money and the IP and spent it all on himself. Donald's the one that needs a stream getting, dunked on like this, and people talking about ethics. Like, Donald's the one that screwed me over, so I don't know what he's talking about here. Like, he's not going to give any single shred of evidence.
Did all of them come out in public and say it? Nah.
Bro, I don't know what he's talking about, though, because I get artists every day that want to work with me.
But
I think he's making this up. Like, when they take long pauses like this, like, if you guys remember that Liam stream recently we looked at last time, whenever they take those long pauses, they're like, hold up, and they go like 2 whole minutes without saying anything, or they gotta dip out real quick and come back. They're checking their notes. They're like trying to think of like what lie they can make up next. And that's exactly what this dude's been doing this stream.
That a lot of people noticed.
Yeah,
I know that a lot of people noticed something he's not going to name. He's not going to say what I did that they noticed. And somehow, all the people that have a problem with me, you know what they do? They decide to go to Micah Curtis and talk to him about it. Like, everyone that has a problem with me, they're like, oh, well, I guess I got to go tell Micah now. Like, that doesn't make sense. Made stupid mistakes of trusting him in the first place. Bobcat throws in a buck and says, if I offer to pay you 2 quarters for $1 because 2 is more than 1 and you accept it, I have taken advantage of you. Exactly.
But that's not what happened. So you guys are all being disingenuous.
It is exploitation.
But it's not.
And even if somebody volunteers to be exploited, you shouldn't do it.
But Vic's not being exploited. Vic doesn't have a problem with our agreement at all.
And here's the thing. A lot of people don't realize this. Ethics are morals.
What? Oh my goodness, this dude's so big-brained. He is so big-brained.
And business ethics means that you are doing business morally.
I got an A in my business ethics class.
With consideration for the people that work under you and with you. And the people that I see that defend this sort of behavior, very rarely they've ever run a business.
What do you mean? Because I ran my business. I mean, I've been running it for years. I've had my publishing company since 2017. I've been putting out books since 2017, so I don't know what he's talking about. I run my business just fine. Just fine. I put out books every year since 2017. We've had multiple books out. So I don't know what he means.
And if they have, it probably failed. See here. Serena throws in a buck and says, thanks for the writing advice yesterday. When my book becomes available, I want you to do a critique video so I can improve my writing for future books. Erwin can do a lot for an artist. He can draw, color, and even letter books. Nice. And yeah, once you're finished, I'll have a look at it. So here's how you should do things. This is the way that I do business, and this is the reason why people want to.
So this is the way to do business. If you want fewer backers than me, if you want fewer backers than me, you listen to this guy. The numbers don't lie. He's got 300 something. I had 700 something. The numbers don't lie. You do what I do, you get more backers. You do what this guy does, I don't know. People just aren't going to back you as much as they back me.
Work for me is, first off, I don't offer co-ownership at all unless it's somebody I trust. And that has been 0 people so far.
Doesn't that sound like actually screwing somebody? He's like, oh, I only give you half if I... Also, you could pause this at any time and his face looks funny. He's like, oh, I only give you ownership if I trust you, and I don't trust you. Doesn't that come off as a little bit shady to you guys? Isn't that shady? No pun intended.
And it's nothing personal, but when it comes right down to it, what I would much rather do is I would rather put them in a position where they are being paid a good amount of money to focus on exactly what they need to be doing, instead of potentially lesser money and they have to wait for it. Changus throws in a buck and said, so Ethan essentially defending Nasser's methods. How long till this bites him in the ass, or is he's just too big now? No. What happened was I was on Oz's show, and when I was giving Nasser a similar speech to what I'm doing today, Ethan cut me off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. This book did not launch until like 9 or 10 days ago, okay? And when I was on Oz's channel with this dude, it was like July. It was a long time ago.
So that Nasser didn't have to listen. And it was about ethics, and it's the stuff I'm talking about today. The problem that Ethan has is he has a blind spot for Nasser because Nasser was a funny character on his show years ago.
So now this dude's going to blame Ethan for stuff. He's going to blame Ethan. We've seen this a million times. They get angry, they get chapped, and then they got to cry about Ethan and cry about me. And then whenever somebody cries about me, whenever someone cries about me, it always comes back to, how dare Ethan like this guy? It's always these weird writers, okay? It's always Liam Gray. It's always Micah Curtis. And it's always these really jealous people that they're just jealous that Ethan had me on. They're jealous that I had success and I had it very young. I'd only turned 21 4 days before I launched my campaign Stardust. And they're all jealous I had success. I had it young and everybody liked me. And these guys are in their like late 30s, early 40s. And they're like so angry. Like, how dare that guy be half my age and he gets success? Like these guys are just jealous. This dude's just completely jealous. Let's see. Let's go on.
And as such, he tends to cover for him a little bit too much, and makes excuses.
Shut up, bro. Ethan does not cover anything for me, dude. He does not cover anything for me. And by the way, guys, it's another good time to plug Asile down in the Premiere chat and also down in the description, guys. If you want to get our books, it's $10, not 25 plus shipping, like this dude lied about.
For him, and he shouldn't. Just because somebody is young does not mean that they are free from consequence. I wasn't, Ethan wasn't, a lot of other people weren't. So, and by the way, because I know people are probably going to start drilling me about, well, what about X person? Probably Liam or something like that. I have DM'd Ethan Van Sciver to try to parlay an agreement and figure some shit out. It's been a few hours. He still hasn't contacted me back. And when it comes to all this nonsense, if Ethan really cared that much, he could have contacted me and I could have helped him out.
This dude really thinks Ethan cares what he has to say.
And like I said last week, all the drama's fake and gay. It's pro wrestling bullshit. Don't fall for it.
No, the harm you and Liam are sending my way is not fake at all, and it's quantifiable. In 2 days, we had raised almost our entire funding that we have so far. We raised about $1,900 in the first 2 days. Liam struck my channel so I can't stream, and now you're on here telling people not to work with me, telling people not to back me, and you guys are the ones doing damage to my business. It's not some kayfabe. It's really not. It's not any pro wrestling BS. It's nothing like that. It's not fake. These guys are hurting my business, and this dude's trying to right here make it seem like they're not doing anything to me, but they are. They're hurting my business. They're hurting my campaign, and they're very proud of it. They're SJWs.
Manufactured outrage. Nobody really cares. Because the people that have supposedly been canceled
are not. And now also in the chat, Matt Fowler's trying to take back that he was ever a fan of me. Now he's trying to make it seem like Nasser bad. He says Nasser also had the first fulfilled CG book, Stardust. It wasn't good, but it was first. Yeah. He would always tell me, oh, it's so great. I'm such a big fan of yours. You're so cool, man. And he would show up in all the streams. And now he's like, oh, well, it wasn't good, but it was first.
Not benefiting from the people who are anti-cancel culture because they're not buying their books. And the people who are supposedly doing the canceling are not getting people who are actually asking for refunds or anything along those lines. I know, because I know the people involved. The only person who's asking for a refund publicly is Ethan, just because he wants to play pro wrestling games. If people really want these situations figured out, they would handle it in private, but they don't.
What do you mean handle it in private? What exactly are we supposed to do in private? Because YouTube told me, hey, you could email the guy that struck your channel and gave me his email. And so I emailed him. And then Liam doesn't reply. And instead, he goes on YouTube saying, Nasser's harassing me. And then he goes on to Twitter and saying, Nasser's harassing me. And he says, Nasser's sending me multiple emails. When I posted the email on the forums, and it was one email saying, stop screwing with my business and give me my channel back. So, no, he's not being harassed. And also, no, he doesn't want to handle anything in private.
They're playing the
game. This dude wants to talk about, oh no, we should handle things in private. Then why is he doing this stream instead of messaging me privately? Why is he doing this? He could have emailed me, could have hit me up on Twitter, could have hit me up on Instagram, could have commented on my channel, could have done anything to get a hold of me. But instead, he wants to slander me and smear me. And I mean, again, this dude is pro getting channels struck. I mean, what if I got his channel struck? I absolutely could. I'm in the right here. He's slandering me. He's smearing me. I'm not going to, because I don't want to deplatform anybody. I don't want it done to me, so I'm not going to do it to them. But I absolutely could, and I'd be in the right here.
And I hate the game. The game is fake and it's gay.
It's not a game.
The point is this.
You're legit hurting us.
Nasser is an unethical piece of shit. That's basically the long and short of it.
But how? What's unethical? He's not providing any evidence. Two people entered into a contract and they agreed on it. It's not any of your business, and it's not an unethical contract. It's a pretty standard contract. It's a pretty fair contract. We both went into this knowing we'd likely make no money. Neither of us would be paid. And it says in the contract, Vic, if we hit this amount, he's going to be the first one to get paid, and he'll get paid his amount. And if we make more than that, I might start to see something. But Vic's the one getting paid first. We agreed to a contract, and it's quite frankly none of your business. Again, Liam and Micah have gone out their way to hurt my campaign. Look, we've got $2,235. I'm not getting rich off this. I'm not screwing anyone over. This dude's being disingenuous. He's a SJW. He's a SJW, plain and simple.
You cannot sit there and abide somebody not paying their fucking artist. I'm sorry. You just can't. If you are, you...
Yeah, I didn't pay my artist, and with this, $2,200, I'm now going to be able to afford a house. I'm going to afford two of them, actually. I'm gonna afford two whole houses, and I'm also going to buy a boat, and I'm going to go on a shopping spree here pretty soon, and I'm just going to be able to live a life of luxury. I'm gonna, put some of this money into a few CDs. I'm gonna, set up some other savings accounts for my nieces and for my nephew, and I'm gonna live such a life of luxury, and I'm never gonna have to worry about money now because $2,200. I've made it. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm Jeff Bezos now. In fact, I'm probably worth 3 of him and a Bill Gates.
You support exploitation, in which case you can go fuck yourself. So, anyway, but here's how I do it. Whenever an artist approaches me, and let's say that I give them a pitch, they like it. From there, I go into negotiation. I say, "What's your page rate?" And I let them go ahead and set the bar. They'll tell me how much they want, and I will determine as the owner whether or not what they're charging is equal to their level of skill. I've had people who have approached me that I've turned down where they overcharged for their skills because I didn't think that they were good enough for what I was wanting to do, which is nothing personal. That's just business negotiations. And then there are people that have approached me that I'm going to be working with, or am working with now, that, in my opinion, undercharge, and I ended up paying them significantly more.
Yeah, right.
So, with this sort of a scenario, the first thing you want to do is make sure that your artist is getting taken care of. That's
what I did.
The lifeblood of the book, because it's a visual medium. So when it comes right down to it, that's what you got to focus on. Make sure that your art team is well taken care of. They're getting paid on time, that they're sending you invoices, so on and so forth. And this is how I do it, is every time that pages get done, like let's say on 3 nights.
This dude is so boring. Who actually likes this dude? Who actually listens to him? Let me see what his chat's saying. This guy, Bogdan Digital Art, says, "I feel bad for Liam. He's a genuine good guy. He doesn't deserve this." We know that's not true. I've shown plenty of evidence that show he's a creepy liar. He's just a creepy liar. SJW fraud. Like, you could like, Liam's just such a weird guy. I don't understand that this dude can say he's a good guy. Like, no, he's creepy and a liar and a weirdo. And he false flagged my channel. That doesn't make him a good guy. He false flagged Mike's channel too. Mike S. Miller. He false flagged our channels so that way we couldn't promote our books. And then this other dude, Dark Dogs Studios, with the Z at the end of dogs and a Z at the end of studio, says, "Liam may not be taking the right actions here, but he's doing what he thinks is right and what he feels is his last resort." Wow, I wonder if these guys would show up for me like this if I false flag, or well, it wouldn't even be a false flag, it'd be a correct flag. If I flagged Micah for this, for smearing me, for lying about me, for telling people not to back me and telling people not to work with me. I wonder if these people would back me up if I flagged him, if I rightfully flagged him. Would this dude say like, "Oh no, Nasser's a good guy, he doesn't deserve this"? Would this dude say, "Oh man, Nasser's doing what he thinks is right, it's his last result"? Like, would they stick up for me like that if I were to make it so that this dude couldn't stream?
Is that once the pencils are done, I if Preston does not give Hatman an invoice for those pages that are completed, I will remind either him, depending on who I'm talking to at the time, I'll remind Preston to send the invoice to Hatman because he handles all of my money, or I will remind Hatman to ask Preston for an invoice. Or I'll just tell him, this is how much Preston just finished, get the invoice for the records, but go ahead and prepare X payment. Stuff like that. The same with Oliver, the same with Eric Weathers, and you ask any of them, they'll tell you I pay pretty quick. It's not even an issue.
But why is he even saying that? Like, also the funny face I paused it on. No one's ever had an issue with me paying him, though. I pay everybody. I pay him on time. I pay him good. Everybody that's works with me is not paid. Sean made thousands of dollars on Stardust. He made thousands on Trixie. Our letterer, Joey, he made plenty of money on Stardust and Trixie, and they all got copies of the book. Everybody that works with me, I mean, when we get our campaign money, they get paid. They get paid good, so I don't know why this is even a question.
Never, ever, ever, ever been in a situation where my artist is complaining about their payments.
But mine isn't though. So what is he? Why is he acting like Vic's like living in poverty because of me?
The only time that payments have ever been late, which was once, was because
But
of
mine have never been late.
a bank error. Because we made the mistake of not telling the bank that we're running a business. So we had to convert it over to a business account. That solved the problem. Took 1 week to get taken.
Okay, so this guy sounds like a true businessman. So he wants to lecture me on business, and then he's like, oh no, and then we didn't tell the bank that our normal checking account was actually supposed to be a business account, and then we had to convert it into a business account. Like, this dude wants to lecture me on business, bro. I've had a business bank account, bruh. And this dude wants to lecture me. This dude wants to lecture me on business. I graduated with my business degree when I was 20 years old, dude. I've known what I've been doing since I was 20, dude. You are probably like 39 and have no clue what you're doing. You don't even know how to set up a business bank account.
Kara, plus we threw in a little bump to, adjust for pain and suffering. Because that's what you should do. Because I appreciate the talent that works with me. They make damn good books.
Imagine?
And then with any other artist that works with me in the future, that's the exact same way that it's going to be. I also, whenever I set my campaigns up, I set them up for the amount that I know they're going to cost. I said this before, and I'll say this again. 3 nights, 4 days cost $11,000 to make. And to get shipped out to people. That's how much it cost. You guys have doubled that, by the way, so you're all awesome. Seriously. That helps me invest in some stuff for the future. And of course, these guys get paid and then some. So, and they deserve it. I mean, in my opinion, I've got one of the best, if not the best, artist in independent comics that's never worked for the big two on my book. And the same with the colorist. Like, fuck, these guys are amazing. The stuff that Preston and Oliver can do together is humbling to see. The fact that I have a comic that looks so fucking good that's going to be my second published work, holy fuck. There are people who dream of that and don't reach it. But that is what you should do. You should make sure your people are taken care of. It's your first priority.
But that's all I've ever done, so what is he mad at?
As the person who is the head of the business. One piece of advice I would ever give to an artist. If the
Why
guy
is
you're
this
working,
dude talking like he's some professional? Like, he showed us he's not a professional. He doesn't even know how business bank accounts work. This dude's got one comic out, and he acts like he's been in the industry for 30 years. Like, dude, you have no clue what you're talking about, dude. This dude's got no idea what he's talking about. He's got absolutely no idea.
working with sounds like a used car salesman, don't do it. So now, and this is now I'm going to give advice for the contractor side of things, because I'm contracted also by certain parties to write certain things. And anytime,
Like, look, I don't understand. Like, his chat here is like, the boss gets paid last, or at least they should be. Yes, that's how my campaigns are always set up. I'm always the one paid last, so I don't understand what these people are mad at. I'm gonna get a brain aneurysm for this. I'm probably gonna be the next one to tear their brain.
that I go to the negotiating table, I know how much I'm worth, and I know what I'm contributing, and I know what exactly what I'm signing up for. How many?
Okay, guys, I'm tired of this dude. I know we've still got like a long time. We've got like 40 minutes left in his stream, but I don't really feel like he's just boring me. He's putting me to sleep, you guys. This dude's putting me to sleep. So we've been going for a while. Don't leave yet, guys. Don't leave yet. We're still gonna be here for just a couple minutes so I could chill. But this dude is just absolutely retarded. He's lying about me, slandering me, smearing me, trying to hurt my business, trying to hurt Vic's business, hurting me, hurting Vic. He's telling people not to back us, telling people not to buy our stuff, and it's completely SJW. And it's just going to be one step away from known harasser and racist, sexist, homophobe is what he's going to start saying next. And this is not right. This is absolutely not right. This is just not right. This is not what CG is about. This is not what anybody should be about. It should not be about this. They're deplatforming me. This is cancel culture. These guys are just weirdos. Micah's an SJW. He's a complete SJW. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. And of course, you guys could get our comic asile. It's going to be down in the premiere chat. It's going to be down in the description. It's about this lady, Lena, who's hunted by Dracula in an insane asylum. And if you guys want to get our book, it's $10. It's $10 for the book. There's $4 shipping. It'll be $14. You can get the digital copy for just for $10 flat. We've got some other tiers where you could get original art, where you could get multiple copies, where you can get on our thank you page. Thank you page probably helps us out the most because $1 on these campaigns goes a long way. Every single dollar goes a long way. And the thank you page, you pay extra for that to get on the thank you page, and it really helps us the most, you guys. We've only got 9 out of 50 of those claimed, so 41 left. If you guys want to get on our thank you page, that tier definitely helps us the most. So thank you all for watching, guys, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.